Hello and welcome back everyone, how you all doing? For today's video I wanted to bring back something I did in the past, but I just didn't put all the love that it deserved. This is a dual mace slash hammer build, and I call this one the Skullcracker. If you like to CC chain people to death and smash them into oblivion, this build is for you. And what I love the most about this build, of course it's really fun, super strong dueler and really strong into outnumbered fights, but it is also super easy to adapt to anything you might encounter. Simply swapping the signet or the secondary pet, you will be able to adapt to any situation, any matchup you might face. If it's Condi heavy, if it's more power heavy, if you need more mobility because you're fighting a thief, you got it. Just change a few buttons and fully adapt to the situation. I will leave timestamps in the description below to some clips related to what I was talking about, but for now, this is the main theme of the build. This build was created out of a meme because I already have an Anti-Condi build, and I thought, why not have an anti-power or anti-willbender build, because, you know, willbenders hurt a lot. And this one turned out to be really strong, fun and balanced, being able to deal with anything you throw at it. And even with the main version of the build, which was centered around having triple anti-damage, you still have pretty decent condition cleanse. So in the end, with this version, you will be able to deal with most things anyway. And for those that might be a little bit more difficult, like we said, you can just simply swap around a few buttons and adapt. Hey man, I'm gonna let you recover. There's the blocks. What's that? Spin. There. Solid damage. Sorry, friend. There. Smashing. Hey man. Dump on him. Where is he? And oh, nice evade. Did you notice anything different from the previous clip? Well, we changed the secondary pet to the owl that gives us Prelude Lash. What this does, it's basically trading off the extra cleanse and anti-damage source for a little bit more of mobility, swiftness, and a super amazing setup tool that goes really well with the maces and the hammer. This is most of the time the best version against thieves and people with high mobility, plus it's an extra stun and a super strong setup for your maces and your hammer abilities. Bear in mind, however, that it is also the weakest when it comes to sustain. But anyway, you still have tons of mobility and tools to stay alive, so you should be good. And here you're about to witness the perfect example of the extra mobility and the setup utility that you have with this pet. There. Hey, what? A head stab? I'm calling BS on that. I'm calling such BS. It was a nice one shot though. I do have a lot of kills with this version of the build, but I'm going to show you this clip specifically where, even though we don't manage to kill them here, I think it captures perfectly the essence of this adaptation. The sustain and mobility, and as you can see we're fighting heavy power builds, it's just amazing, and it feels really nice, and I know for some of you this is going to be the best version of the build. Now, throughout the fight I made a few mistakes, and number one is I should have stayed on top of the wheel bender at all times. By no means I should be focusing the spellbreaker. But besides that, I was limit testing because this version of the build is supposed to be the strongest against condition, but the weakest against power. Not weak, just the weakest version. And as you can see, we're facing two heavy power builds and a lot of CC, and we're still managing fine. It is important to note that if I wanted to, I could have used stealth and mobility to run away and disengage at any single moment, but it was the perfect opportunity to limit test. And now I am about to die because I make a tiny mistake. Instead of pressing my mace number 4 a second time and getting shield plus a little bit of stability and then healing, I tried to heal first and I paid the price for it. But yeah, you can see how strong this version is, even facing what's supposed to be its hardest matchup. And this right here, guys, it's the version I would recommend for anyone that wants to pick up the build and start playing it, because you have an extra stun break, a little bit more of sustain, you deal a little bit better against tough condition opponents thanks to the signet, and yet you still have a pretty decent uptime when it comes to negating attack damage thanks to your signet of stun proccing from your ultimate skill, and thanks to unflinching fortitude from your wolf pet. Just keep in mind that for the signet of renewal to cleanse conditions, you need to be unmerged. What will happen is it will pull your conditions towards your pet, but the stun break you can use it wherever you are, it doesn't matter if you are merged or not. But yeah, for the condition cleanse to work, remember that you need to first unmerge if you are, and then use the button. Right here you can see an example. Take a look next to our health bar, how all the condis just disappear. Oh well, I did not expect to fully destroy them on a 1v3, but taking one down, it's already good enough for me. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video, and I really hope this build is fun for some of you and maybe useful. So yeah, as always, have a nice day and see you in the next one. Cheers!